Welcome back. I am the Idle Machine. In Tibet, I still have to face the issue of nucleic acid testing. Behind me is the room for testing, but it doesn't open until 10:30. This is the road that keeps going wrong on the way to Mount Kailash. And surprisingly, there is the black-necked crane here. This seems to be quite a rare wild animal. From here on, there are no paved roads. It seems that there will only be paved roads after reaching Yair Township. Once you enter here, it's a series of mistakes. The wilderness road on the Ali Central Route seems to stretch for over 200 kilometers. This place called Jabakyo feels like a semi-dry salt lake. Let's take another look. The classmate has already retreated to a very distant place. The ground is dry and walkable. Although the Zabo car area has become a degraded wild beach, it still looks quite beautiful from a high vantage point. From the mountain nearby, one can see the state of Jabakyo after its degradation. Such a large lake has dried up. Here, the altitude is 4,800 meters. At that time, it was neither hot nor cold, possibly not yet the hot season. This area has already become sandy. It has turned into sand. The wildness of nature is right here. Stand upwind, and it's not very smelly. But I don't want to get closer. Coming down from a mountain pass at 5,000 meters, the road is a single-lane, unpaved dirt road without guardrails. So drive carefully. However, it's not too difficult to drive. After all, there is a road. And having a road makes it generally easy to drive. The environment along the Ali Central Route is nice. The wild ass is right by the road, and it was still on the road. Then he is not really afraid of people. Anyway, when you get down, he will run, but he won't run off in a panic. The shape of the Tibetan wild ass is still quite attractive. The Tibetan wild asses along the Ali Central Route are becoming less afraid of people. Next to Yair Township, Zabikaka is also a huge salt lake. And not only is it large, but it seems that someone is collecting salt here, which is gathered from Jayabikaka Salt Lake, feeling like sand and gravel when touched. There is a road that leads down to Jayabikaka Salt Lake, but the road is in poor condition. This is inside the Zabikaka Salt Lake, with salt covering the ground. I don't know if the road ahead will get stuck, so I'm not going to go. It's so big. In front, there are piles of salt that look like small mountains. These natural salt blocks feel just like ice cubes. The huge crystals are still transparent, and when dropped, they sound just like stones. This place is truly a magnificent display of nature. The water in the salt lake is quite strange. For example, like this one, which is red. Half an hour. Is it probably rust? I don't know the extent of it, and I'm hesitant to go deeper because it turns into a saltwater mixture. That road could get a vehicle stuck at any moment. Upon landing in the salt lake, I saw that the 1,000 vehicles were covered in crystallized salt. I just asked a local, and I realized now that I was being shallow. This is not a sodium chloride salt mine at all. This is a lithium mine. You know, the concept of lithium and lithium batteries is related to these salt lakes that extract lithium. I guess it's all about these things. So, that means all this in my car is lithium, which is valuable. I won't wash it anymore. I was even thinking about washing the car. The tire was flat, but fortunately it was a front tire leak, so it wasn't too fast. I was thinking that maybe I should just drive to the next place to get the tire fixed. I tried to see if I could make it after getting a flat tire on the Ali middle line, and luckily, it wasn't far from Pajiang Township, so I hurried back to the area. I kept making mistakes on the Ali middle line. The beautiful dialect is like. At Provincial Road 302, 1880, there is no sign of human habitation in sight, and a rough road leads westward. This is a typical section of the road conditions in Ali Military County. It has been almost 300 kilometers of such roads. The color is nice, very blue, almost like it's fake. It feels like it was edited in. Looking over there, there's a small peninsula that I will check out later. From here, you can see the water is clear and transparent. A young repairman has extended a small path from the shore. You can drive up, and there is a huge rock on the island. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Fake, the same blue. Below, there are stone beaches. The water is crystal clear. There are also snow-capped mountains across the way. From the top of this rock in the middle, one can see the entire lake. Wow, this lake is really beautiful. Unfortunately, this is a special off-road area that most people can't access. This is the road to get in, and you can drive to the peninsula in the middle. On the small mountain in the center, there are many fossils that look like coral. Oh, is this place so high? It seems that a long time ago, this area was still submerged in water. I don't even know what to call this mistake. The water is not too deep, and there are many colors with all kinds of plants. It feels like a fairyland, and in the distance, there is a black crowned crane. It's quite beautiful. Still no one around. Let's drive a bit further along this road. Finally, I have crossed the Ali Middle Line and arrived at Yair Township. This is the end of the Ali Middle Line. There is generally only one road here. Everything is along this road. Yair Township is too small. The supplies are extremely scarce. Moreover, the road from here to the Reform Line is all oil roads, so I decided to keep going. First, I will head north to the 317, where the towns along 317 are much more prosperous.